I'm the director of the Spanish Resource Center in Albuquerque. The Spanish Resource Center in Albuquerque is part of a net of Spanish resource centers all over the world. There are around 100 all over the world, and we are talking about around 15, 16 in the United States and Canada. They belong to the Ministry of Education of Spain, but most of them are the results of the collaboration between the institutions in the place and the Ministry of Education. So if we talk about the Spanish Resource Center in Albuquerque, we have to think first of the legislature of New Mexico, because they collaborate with this, also UNM, Continuing Education, and since we are here at the National Hispanic Cultural Center, we have to take into account the National Hispanic Cultural Center, so it will be also the Office of Cultural Affairs in Santa Fe. This Spanish Resource Center is probably one of the most important ones in the United States for many reasons. And the first one is that it is probably a center that is used by many more people than some other Spanish resource centers. Spanish resource centers were created to support the teaching of Spanish or in Spanish all over the world. So the main service will be for teachers and for students of Spanish. But since we are in the middle of Albuquerque at the National Hispanic Cultural Center, we have many more users here. Not only teachers and some students, but also the general public who know some Spanish or know lots of Spanish. And they use our materials as well. We are talking about lots of books in Spanish, and many of them will be for teachers to use in their classrooms, but there are also just books with general literature in Spanish. But we also have a great collection of movies, many movies, most movies that are published in DVD nowadays from Spain, Mexico, Argentina. Those will be the main countries, but also the rest of Latin America. All those movies, we have them here, and you can borrow them for free. We also have a great collection of music, a very good collection of literature for children in Spanish. All those materials, you can find them here, and you can borrow them in a library loan basis. The Spanish Resource Center in Albuquerque has very specific programs for New Mexico. We are in Albuquerque, but we try to serve the whole state. So, as I said, this is mainly for teachers, and what we have is lots of workshops for teachers in Albuquerque, here at the Spanish Resource Center, but also we have workshops all over New Mexico in the different school districts. We collaborate with New Mexico Public Education Department and the school districts in giving some professional development for teachers, bilingual teachers or teachers of Spanish all over. We've got training sessions in Las Cruces, Santa Fe, Peñasco, Hobbs, Roswell, Deming, you name it, Farmington. So we've been all over New Mexico, north, south, east, west. Apart from that, what we do is, since this state is so big, we try to reach everybody through the internet. So we have a newsletter, a monthly newsletter, where we send information to the teachers regarding links that they can use for free for their classes, so videos as well, lesson plans, different materials that they can use, and they don't need to come to Albuquerque, or we don't need to go to their places to use them. We also have some programs that support the teaching of Spanish statewide. One of them is the literary contest. The literary contest, which is for students in middle school and high school, is a literary contest that we have every year. And it is in Spanish, and the winners have normally got scholarships to go to Spain for 2 weeks during the summer. We normally have around 200 participations statewide. We also have a program for the younger kids. I'm talking about elementary school. And with this program called, it is poetry, what they do is they come to Albuquerque and we have a poetry performance where they learn a poem in Spanish and they recite it in front of a public, an audience. This year we had the theater just full, so we had over 350 people sitting in the theater watching around 60 people, 60 little kids reciting their poetry. The Spanish Resource Center collaborates with the main organizations of teachers of Spanish or in Spanish in the state. There are 3 basically: New Mexico Association for Bilingual Education, Dual Language Educators for New Mexico, and New Mexico Ole. Where, those 3 organizations collaborate with us with many programs. Probably the most interesting one will be the New Mexico State Spelling Bee in Spanish. We have had that for over 30 years now. The Spanish Resource Center has collaborated with them for many years, and this year we started with the first national spelling bee in Spanish. So we had people from Oregon, Colorado, Texas coming to Albuquerque for the first one, and we are already organizing the second one for next July. Since the Spanish Resource Center is part of our network in the United States, belonging to the Education Office of the Embassy of Spain in Washington, that allows us to have all the programs that Washington, D.C. has for the whole United States. New Mexico has the privilege of having a person here helping with all those programs. We can start with teacher exchange programs and also with the student exchange programs. All those programs belong to the Education Office of the Ministry of Education of Spain and allows us to send New Mexicans to Spain for a year, and also allows us to bring highly qualified teachers from Spain to New Mexico. We have teachers coming to all parts of New Mexico, and we also have lots of New Mexicans, new graduates from the University of New Mexico, or teachers going to Spain for 1 year to improve their Spanish and also to share all their experiences in one country or another. Apart from that, we also have a language assistant program, which will be very similar, but it'll be for new graduates or for students in New Mexico who are in their junior or senior year at university, and they can go and spend a year there in Spain. We also have scholarships for teachers and students who wish to go to Spain during the summer. We also offer some very interesting programs at universities in Spain during the summer, and we also have lots of publications that are published in our website. I'm talking about the Ministry of Education of Spain website, and all those publications regarding the teaching of Spanish or the learning of Spanish are there free to download for all New Mexicans. Since the government of New Mexico and the government of Spain would like to educate their kids to be citizens in a global world, we do believe that all these programs help teachers to have more perspectives about how to teach Spanish and how to teach in Spanish. We have helped over 500 teachers all over these 4 years now. I would say that even more than that. And you can imagine the impact that that number of bilingual teachers has in all their classrooms. We have reached the main districts, the districts with the most population: Las Cruces, Santa Fe, Albuquerque, Farmington, Roswell, and we have been in workshops over there with all the bilingual teachers. If we are talking about around 100 teachers in each district, we are having a significant number of teachers being helped and supported by the Spanish Resource Center. We normally have around 10 teachers from Spain coming to New Mexico every year, and we have sent around 15, 18 teachers or new teachers from New Mexico to Spain every year. The exchange and the way all those teachers benefit from this program is fantastic. Knowing two different systems, two different education systems, and learning the best parts out of them, I think that benefits their classrooms very much when they come back to their country of origin.